Thanks for joining me today. Today we are going to be making a Toy Story cake. I've got grandchild number 2 is having their birthday party tomorrow, and they wanted Grandma to make an ice cream cake about Toy Story. So the last cake I did was Minecraft. It was a bunch of little squares that I was able to finagle out of fondant. But this one actually has people in it. So we shall see. So I did, don't laugh too hard. I'm sure you're gonna go into hysterics here, but I did a little drawing for the cake. Now my Woody looks a lot like Day of the Dead Woody, but I was able to find some pictures on the internet on how to draw Woody. And so I've made a smaller picture of Woody, and I've decided what I'm gonna do is put a piece of plastic wrap down. I bought all kinds of different color fondant, and I'm gonna put it down over the pieces, and I am just gonna create a Woody, and then I'm gonna freeze him overnight, and tomorrow I'm just gonna slap him on the top of the cake. And we'll see how it comes out. So I thought you might enjoy watching me finagle this. Now I've already made the cake. It's actually cooling in the freezer. The next step I'm gonna do is put my ice cream sandwiches over it. I mean, I'm all about easy. And then I'm gonna be putting some frosting over the top, which I found a color that I thought really looks a lot like Toy Story. So we shall see how this comes out. I have a very positive attitude at this point, and I am trying really hard to think of something that will be really special for him. So thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoy this. So I'm gonna put on a little bit of music, and this is what I have so far. I kind of copied the head, but I drew the body, and I've got that little spoon figure from Toy Story. And so now I'm gonna just work on the letters. I may move you over here so it's not upside down for you, but I'm gonna work on this, and then I'll show you my picture when it's all done. So this is the piece of plastic I'm going to put down over my copy, and now I'm going to roll out my different pieces of fondant, and I'm going to start putting them together. Wish me luck. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make some frosting, and I want it to be a really dark sky blue. So let's get started with that. I have a can of pre-made frosting that I bought, and I'm going to add some powdered sugar and things to it, and some different coloring, and we'll get it just the color we want. So the frosting you get from the store is just fine to use for a cake, but I find that for, these types of cakes that you're decorating, it works better if you just add a little bit more powdered sugar and a little bit of milk. You've already got plenty of your shortening, whatever it is, in here. So let me show you how I make this a little bit stiffer frosting. So all I'm gonna do is just take this frosting, and I'm gonna put it in a bowl. See how soft it is? This really is just a little bit too soft for what I want today. So I'm gonna take this frosting, I'm gonna add some powdered sugar to it. So these are some gourmet food colorings that I got off of Amazon, and I love them because there's just so many colors. So I'm gonna take these out. I wanna make sure I can see the colors really good. I'm looking for like a really, okay, here's sky blue. We're gonna try that and see if we need to add any other color to it. So I'm gonna add a couple of drops, go on the light side in case you need to add more, because it's harder to take it away. Now, if you prefer to make your frosting from scratch, I mean, you do whatever it is works for you. This is just one of the little hacks. I'm like all into hacks to make life easier. They've done most of the work on the frosting. You can't mess this up. A little bit of milk, not much, like maybe a tablespoon. And we're gonna give this a little stir. Now I like to take my spoon and just see how, oh yeah, that's plenty easy to spread. So I don't need any more milk. I think this is gonna be more than enough, but I am gonna make it a little bit darker. And the reason is I'm not really trying to make it look like the sky. I'm trying to make it look like that blue from Toy Story. I'm gonna go ahead and link these food colorings on my Amazon description below if anybody's interested. I've used them several times and I think they last a long time. You don't have to buy these very often, but you can just do all kinds of neat things with them. They're called gourmet food coloring. They're liquid and you end up getting, you get a lot. You get like 20 of them, something like that. All right, let's go ahead and take our cake out of the freezer. I have it in the freezer getting nice and chilled, and I'll show you what the next step is. I have a 12-pack of ice cream sandwiches, just plain old vanilla ice cream sandwiches. And if you want people to think you're an expert cake decorator, as far as making an ice cream cake, this is the secret. This is what makes it easy to make an ice cream cake. We are substituting ice cream sandwiches. And what I love about this is that not only do you have the ice cream, but you've got the sandwich part of it too. So this actually makes it nice and flat. This is such a great hack. If you've never done this, this is a great way to do a cake. Look at that, your cake's almost done. This is just wonderful. I found that the easiest way to spread this frosting over these ice cream sandwiches is with a knife. Now, if you prefer to use something else, go right ahead. You know, I just find this works really good. Now, the nice part about these ice cream sandwiches, we're gonna put all of this back in the freezer. I mean, we're gonna have to because we've got ice cream in here now. But what we wanna do is just make sure that every bit of this ice cream sandwiches are covered with this blue frosting. Because right now, everybody thinks I spent hours getting this ice cream in here, and I don't tell them any different. I think this looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna throw this in the freezer, and then we're gonna continue working on the fondant, but this is gonna go in the freezer to continue to freeze solid. So the first thing I'm gonna start rolling out is the white fondant. And the reason is because I wanna start with that little spoon character. So I'm gonna get this all rolled out. Now I'm rolling these out on some plastic wrap. And the reason I'm doing that is because I wanna be able to cut out various shapes and sizes from the different colors as I'm attempting to make this Toy Story thing. All right, I've got this little silicone roller. I'm gonna use this, see if it makes it, oh wow, yes, that is so much easier. Okay, so we're just gonna roll some of this out. All right, we're gonna start off by getting our little figure here, our little spoon guy. And he's really just got kind of a round head. Half round, I guess you'd call it. Looks pretty good. It's all pulling away. So we're gonna go ahead and put our fork guy here. I need to be able to see his face though, so I'm gonna move it down just a little. Okay, now we need to get a couple clouds. So we're gonna just cut out a couple clouds. Okay, so now we're just gonna set the white aside for a little bit and we're gonna work on another color, okay? Just gonna kind of cover it up a little just so it doesn't dry out. I'm just gonna move it right over here. This is why I use the plastic. All right, now the next color we're gonna use is going to be yellow. So we are gonna, that kind of looks like he's got his hand on his hip. All right, so we're gonna just take this over here just to get an idea. That looks pretty good, actually. So now we're back to the white, and all we're gonna do is make kind of a bottom for him here. And then we want to draw his legs. He's got long, skinny legs. So we are going to give him some long, skinny legs. We're going to fix them, don't worry. I know they don't look much like legs right now, but they will. They will. We're hoping they will. Okay, these scrawny little things are going to look like legs, and then we want to cut out some feet. Some boots, I guess. I've never really seen boots that look like that personally, but whatever. Woody's kind of an interesting chap. Okay. So there's one. I don't know about the boot. There's one. And here's the other. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so we got this. We got this. We got these legs. We're gonna straighten them out a bit. Gonna take them from here. All right, we got one here. We got one there. We got one here. This leg looks a lot longer than the other. Sorry, Woody, to cut off your foot. All right, now we're gonna put his boots on him. So the belt we're gonna put aside. We're gonna put his boots aside because we have to color in his, jeans. All right, so all I'm gonna do is use a little bit of this food coloring. This is the navy blue. And I'm just gonna take a little pin. I don't really know of another way to do this, but I'm just gonna paint these blue to look like jeans. So don't worry, and if you get a little on the yellow, don't worry, you're gonna cover that up with a little brown belt. And this is edible food coloring, so you're safe. Don't worry about anything. I don't think anybody eats this stuff anyway. You could probably use paint. Probably not paint, but you know what I'm saying here. All right, Woody. I think you look pretty good, actually. All right, now we're gonna take some brown and we're gonna color his belt, and we're gonna color his, belt and his boots. All right, this Woody character is, I don't know. You can see I'm not an artist. Let me put this on the cake and see if it looks better. I can't imagine it could ever look worse. So let me see. Now, that's why I was afraid this would get all stuck. So my hands are gonna start falling off, I'm afraid. Oh dear. Oh, the mouth fell off. All right, here's the spoon character. We'll put you over here because you don't want to miss one little thing of this nightmare. Okay, this is the hand. Luckily, once it's down, it doesn't really have to move until we cut into it. Oh, geez. This is not easy. I don't want to be responsible for ruining their cakes. All right, I'm gonna put some blue coloring on here. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this is the mouth. I'm gonna put it, I don't know what to do. All right, this is the mouth of the spoon character. I'm gonna let this just freeze like it is. I don't think I can put plastic back over it, to be honest with you. Good Lord. All right, well, there's the spoon guy. I'm gonna leave him. It's just such a mess. The clouds came out great. We're gonna put a couple clouds right there. One there. I better wait till I get this woody character situated. Oh my gosh, let me get a spatula. So I've been doing this for hours, and the one realization I came to is this. I do not want to be a cake decorator. And in all honesty, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about it, really. It's not really my bag. Okay, get that. This is his hat. I don't know. This is a very hard process. I think tomorrow I'm just gonna take one of those little things and write his name, but here's another cloud. Here's the Toy Story. I think that actually came out the best of everything. You know what they say, it's the thought that counts. So I do have an idea to kind of salvage this cake a little. I'm gonna take the white and the black, and I'm gonna make kind of a twisted rope around it and see what I come up with. I've got these little pieces of this red that I'm thinking I'm just going to cut into little pieces like this. All right, let me put it back in the freezer. We're gonna, well, the face on Woody came out so horrific that I'm actually thinking of cutting out this head and coloring it with some colored pencils, which I have, and wrapping a piece of plastic around both sides of it and just putting the head over Woody's face, because it just ruined the cake. The cake looks like, he actually looks frightening. So when I figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm too tired right now. I've been working on this for hours to have something come out so terrible. Anyway, I will show you the final product tomorrow, whatever I decide to do. Okay, it's the next day, and I think I figured out a way to salvage this goofy looking cake. So what I learned from this experiment is Grandma is not a cake decorator. Look at this frightening face on this thing. It doesn't look anything like Woody. Now the spoon character, I guess he kind of looks like the spoon character, but even him, you know, I wouldn't say too much. But this is what I'm gonna do. I got a picture that just matches the size of his head. I taped it with some, you know, packaging tape, and I am just gonna put him right over the top of that. I'm actually gonna put it down with a little bit of frosting so they don't see that underneath piece. And you know what? I think it looks a lot better. So let me go ahead and write his name. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of frosting and I'm gonna put it over the top of this, this head. And I'm gonna save my cake. Okay, we salvaged our cake. There you go. We did it. Wow, that's an amazing head I made. I'm so proud of myself. Okay, everybody. There you go. Toy Story cake. We did it. It only took me 13 hours. Let's see. This is like a $500 cake. I'm just kidding. Thank goodness that my recipient's only 4 years old. So anyway, thank you for joining me today, everybody. I hope this inspired you. I hope it inspired you to make your own cake. There's my Toy Story cake. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was an inspiration to you, or a lot of fun just watching other people struggle and, have a heart attack. So if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.